Alright, all you crazy stunners out there willing to do not only your own stunts, but others, welcome back to Under the Radar. And before we go into the part of the show that'll most likely raise your hospital bill just for watching it, yeah, we have some good news and bad news. Now, bad news, because we'll start off with that first, unfortunately with all of the new and latest stunts in the Blue Muta Triangle that is currently known as the We Don't Know Where the Videos Went page, we decided to do something a little bit different for the wild world of stunts in the form of Maestro picking a word out of the hat, us searching those said stunts, and actually talking about those said stunts for this part of the show. So the word of the week, ladies and gentlemen, is backflip. So without further ado, with the name of the game properly displayed, it's time for us to go into a very special backflipping edition of the wild world of stunts. And hopefully one is through a ring of fire, but according to the maestro, I don't think so, because the first stunt that we have up comes from the stunner Mayday 7272 with their said stunt, triple backflips. Now, when I heard that this had triple backflips in it, I expected one guy doing one backflip 3 times, but instead, he got me, because it was 3 people doing a backflip once. And the name of this motorcycle group, who was known as the Backjack Flippers, which, if you never heard of this biker group, was an extreme flipping biker group who ran Los Santos back in the early 2010s, actually came out today to do a triple backflip over the Grand Sonora Desert, and would do so by getting a signal with a thrown grenade and all 3 of them rushing forward toward the biggest rock they can find so they can all pull off a cool 3x3 angle edition of a triple moonsault for all 3 of them to land on their respective wheels like what, maestro? Like a glove! And apparently the PR department, along with the maestro and the doctors, are giving this stunt a perfect 10, despite one of the stunners actually landing in the bushes, but still landing on his wheels. Very impressive indeed. And not to mention, they were all wearing helmets too, so they're safe with their stunts. Nice. And the next stunt that we have up comes from the stunner Bananan Player, nice name by the way, with their said stunt, Roosevelt Backflip. And during this said stunt, folks, it would feature Bananan, which he calls himself. I thought he called himself Mr. Banana, but he goes by Bananan, who's driving down Vinewood Hills just having a good old time. Unfortunately lost control of his car. Next thing you know, would drive halfway up a palm tree, flip into the air, and land on all 4 wheels eventually like what, maestro? Like a glove! And in the business of the wild world of stunts, we would call something like this a happy accident. But still an accident nonetheless. And the doctors would say that this guy would injure his wrist due to the fact that he gripped on the steering wheel so hard to try to pull the car up to actually, land on his wheels. Is that really a thing that you would do to backflip a car? Pull on the wheel and it'll hopefully arc the car back and you'll land on your wheels? According to the doctors and even the scientists we have here this week, they don't know and says it might work. I'm not going to try it with my car, mind you, but, I'll buy it. I'll say it. You guys are right. Moving on. And the next stunt that we have up, which comes from Orphea with their said stunt, Backflip. And during this said stunt that took place in the Los Santos International Airport would prove that more than planes can fly out of the airport. And what do I mean by that, folks? Well, Orphea here would decide to take his bike, and yes, it's a guy, folks, just in case for those who are wondering out there, would decide to take his bike next to that terminal side entrance that is blocked by a fence and would say, Oh, so you want to lock me out, huh? Allow me to show you something. And would ride up the side of that ramp, fly into the skies, and pull off a perfect so high into the air, folks, that he would even be able to touch the top of the Los Santos International Airport building, all before landing on both wheels like what, Maestro? Like a glove. And mind you, he flew over the building before he landed on his wheels. And the fact that he didn't get knocked off his bike from the jolt of the pressure from hitting the ground from that height, it's amazing. And the Maestro, the PR department, and the doctors, along with the scientists, I don't even know when they got here, are giving this stunt a 10, along with me as well. And the next stunt that we have up, speaking of perfect 10-like stunts, comes from the creators, or stunners, Immortal Panda, with their said stunt, backflip over plane, gone sexual. Oh, how did it go sexual? I don't get that. Well, either way, folks, this stunt, which I've been wondering since Maestro told me about it, how in the world this guy was gonna jump over a giant oversized plane in the midst of Los Santos in the downtown area next to the skate park, he told me, just watch. And boy, did I ever. Because while I heard the plane off in the background and this guy revving the engine up, ready to go, next thing I know I would hear meow. And I guess this guy would take that as a signal to just jump into the air, almost pull off a flare, big Ric Flair-like backflip, and jump over the plane with a medley bonus of about a good 10, maybe 15 feet, maybe even less than that, and would just land on both wheels like what, Maestro? Like a glove! For him to celebrate his accomplishments, all while the camera panned over to another plane in the corner that was smoldering still from the prior attempt. Which proves, folks, here at the Wild World of Stunts, at first you don't succeed, try again, no matter how much property damage it may cause. Which is a good motto, until your bills go up to points you can't pay them. And the next stunt that we have up comes from the stuntress, Kazaster? Cool name, by the way, with their said stunt, double backflip GTA 5. And even in the description would write down on the bottom of the screen, it can be done in the description box when I doubted it at first. And the master of Kazaster, which was her full name, decided to go to the Los Santos freeway, or more or less underneath the Los Santos freeway in the runoff section, and decided in the Los Santos River to ride her bike all the way in a straight formation till she found a side of the wall that was big enough to actually use as a ramp, and would shoot straight up into the sky and pull off not one, but two consecutive moonsaults, and would land directly on both wheels in the same way she flew up that ramp that she made for herself. Like what, Maestro? Like a glove. In the most I cannot believe it's not butter type of stunt we've seen in a long, and I do mean long time here on the Wild World of Stunts. Cause for those who don't get the magnitude of this stunt, she was able to do a double backflip in the air, in one single place. That was just vertical leap action she pulled off and landed in the same spot where she jumped. That's nuts! That's absolutely insane! And I love it! And apparently the PR department, along with the doctors, the scientists, and everybody else who's here loves it too and gives it a perfect 10. Not bad. Not bad at all. And if you guys want to go ahead and check out any other crazy stunts of people trying to get themselves maimed for unnecessary fame, you can go ahead and check it out on the Rockstar Socialclub page, only known as socialclub.rockstargames.com, and just click right on that video page to check out a whole bunch of crazy stunners who's gonna be earning their stripes while seeing stars at the same time. Get it, Maestro? Stars and stripes? Except that with the stripes they earn, they're gonna be seeing stars at the end of it. I know, get the rotten fruit ready later, but for right now, I think it's time for us to head back into this music, and when we return, we'll be back with another edition of the GTA Online Top 5 Tracks of the Week, right after this. So don't touch that dial just yet, folks, and stay tuned.